So video game graphics are getting good, but video games are getting bad. Now, I wanted to make this particular video for a long time, but guess what I see? Vex already just made a video. So no, I am not copying Vex. Vex just had the same idea and he made the video and published it before me. Essentially, what I want to talk about in this video, does video game graphics matters or do we need some good video games? One of the recent example is Hellblade 2. The first game was amazing. Yes, it was graphically impressive. The art design, the choice of the sound design was great, but at the same time the game was fun. The game was entertaining. It was a little terrifying for someone like me. And for Hellblade 2, I was really excited, and all the things that I have seen about that game made me more and more excited. But guess what? Reviews came out and I was watching reviews from Luke Stevens and GamerRanks, and most of the reviews are like, yeah, the game looks good. Like the art design, the style, the sound design is good, but the game in itself is not really good. It's just barely 5 hours long. That is kind of understandable. The game is a looker, and to make that kind of visually interesting game, you not only need budget but also you need time. And they had time, but comparing to some other visually impressive games, they didn't have that kind of a budget. Now, I don't know the exact budget that the game was made of, but I'm sure it's not gonna be same as Cyberpunk. There are others examples too, like Immortals of Avium. The game had a lot of particle effects, ray tracing. When you are in heavy combat, it is very hard to see what's happening on the screen, and that is not how video games supposed to. Video games are to enjoy, to relax, or even to feel a little bit stressed out sometimes, and that's a reward a lot of people love to have after playing a video game. Not just, oh my god, this game looks really good, wow, the graphics are really great. If I don't understand what's happening in the game, if I cannot connect with the game itself, if the combat system is not right, if the story is not right, if the gameplay is not right, I'm not connecting with the game, what will I do with the graphics? And that's the reason we need games like Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, the game is from 2020. It was first released on PS4. Now it got re-released or remastered for PC. Look at the game. It has a perfect balance. The game looks good. The art design is the biggest reason that the game looks good. Yes, if you look a little closer, the textures are not that high resolution. There are good looking game which dabbles into the same genre. For example, Rise of the Ronin looks a little bit better texturally, but when it comes to art design, I would much prefer Ghost of Tsushima, and the gameplay and the story, everything with Ghost of Tsushima is great. And in that same boat, I want to talk about XDefiant, Ubisoft's new free-to-play multiplayer. Think about, when is the last time you enjoyed a Call of Duty multiplayer game? But when it comes to this game, XDefiant, this gives me the old school COD vibe. Gameplay is good, it's very fast, it's very snappy. Yes, there are some problems. This game is not perfect. I'm not claiming it to be. And another thing, this game only comes at 35 gigabytes of size. The game's graphics looks really decent. To be honest, it's really good, and it's just 35 gigabytes, and the system requirements are not that high. If we compare that with Warzone, play Warzone comfortably, and to enjoy that gameplay, you need quite a little setup there. And that is what happening with the industry. Yes, games like Cyberpunk exist, but you have to understand, Cyberpunk is an anomaly in this example. They had the money, they had the time, and even after all that, when they released the game, it was unfinished. The game was buggy as hell, but they improved it via patches, and right now the game looks really good. And right now people are modding it to the max and making it realistic, but at the end of the day, if you have ever installed those kind of mods, whether it's for GTA 5 or for Cyberpunk, you will see like 10 to 15 minutes in, you just want to turn off that mod and play the vanilla version of the game. When game designers, game developers make the games certain way, because they wanted it to be that way, they wanted players to enjoy in that way. Yes, mods are good. Games like Skyrim heavily benefits from mods. It improves player experience, and that's a game from years ago, and still players are supporting it and making it looking good compared to current generation, not making it realistic. So there is a distinction. And another example is Alan Wake. The game was good. I played the game. I really enjoyed the game. But the problem is not a lot of people are playing the game, because you cannot play the game if you have a older system. Because of the mesh shader requirement, you need up to a certain percent of GPU to even play the game. And I think this is a huge problem with the industry right now. Game companies and publishers want to make a technical display to show their audience that how impressive this game looks or how revolutionary technology it is using, but hindsight, they are making unoptimized eye candy. And I'm not saying devs are at fault here. A lot of my friends work as game devs. I know from first-hand experience how the culture is in most of game development companies. That's the reason we need to talk about that we need good games, not good looking games. There is a difference. There needs to be a balance there. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit dislike. And if you want to watch more videos, so check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, well, do it by here. And there's Akash, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.